Can you say that again? My headphones cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, it's just.
Should I put in headphones?
No, you're fine. My headphones were having a problem.
No, it's fine. Hold on. Shit. Oh.
Is my audio good? I don't actually know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Great, Sam.
Thank you.
Is my audio good? I have no idea what my computer mic is like.
Yeah, you're pretty
Everybody
good.
stop getting all insecure.
This isn't about being insecure. This is making sure. So that's not a problem.
All right.
So what were you saying about audio?
Oh,
like
yeah.
I said, my headphones cut out.
Is it good? Is this a good?
No, yeah, you're fine. Like I said, it was my headphones.
Audio insecurity is a huge problem in the United States. Also, I'm making a frozen pizza right now, so I'm gonna have to run out. But oh yeah, so we're not gonna record individual audios for a while because it's a lot easier, and I don't care to pare down individual audios. I'll just cut out problematic segments. So.
All right, that sounds good.
Knowing the Ryans here, there'll probably be a lot of problematic segments. Am I right?
That's every episode is just. The thing is that it was easier before because I could just cut out Ryan's entire audio.
Yeah.
And then just not have Ryan.
Which was good.
But it was okay because
nobody. The problematic section.
There was no random laughing because nobody laughed at anything that Ryan said. So.
This is all true. Yeah.
Sorry, this is kind of brutal.
No, we're just hyping each other up.
This is like the opposite.
Yeah, by putting me down.
We're hyping ourselves up, but also like destroying Ryan's self-confidence.
Yeah.
Ryan has so much confidence; he can handle this.
Exactly. I don't need confidence from other people.
Anyways, welcome everybody. I don't know if we're gonna use that to the TNR podcast. My name is Maddie.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Sam.
I'm Michael.
That was so enthusiastic. Good job, guys.
I'm Michael.
Really exciting podcast.
I'm Maddie.
I'm Maddie. No, I'm Maddie Moore.
All right.
Yikes.
Well, gee. Yeah, it's a very problematic. I forgot to take the picture of everybody looking really upset that we do it for every episode. Everybody look like you're having a really, really good time. Yeah, start crying. Everybody cry. Yeah.
Easy to fake cry when you've already been real crying.
Amen.
That's so good. Okay. Let's do a little intro. You already know who I am, maybe, and Ryan perhaps. But,
I'm Ryan.
Well, he's really forgettable, so
yeah.
Michael, you want to give a one sentence elevator pitch of yourself?
Okay, I'm Michael. I am not that funny, but somehow I'm here. Wait, that's more than one sentence.
That's fine. It's fine.
That felt a little run on, not gonna lie.
But it's okay if it's a run on sentence.
Wait, should I stick to the script or?
No.
Yeah.
Is there a script?
Okay.
Did I get the script?
Let's see. It just says degreed Ryan jokes.
Exactly.
Maddie,
I'm sorry, I forgot to send the script out to you this week.
Okay, I've been doing that. It's fine.
Gonna practice my improv. Hello, everybody. I'm Michael Weintraub. I'm a civil engineering major, freshman at Northeastern. Let's go Huskies! And I'm better than Ryan. There, we got the greeting Ryan bit in. Okay.
You're a civil engineering major?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, with a poli-sci minor.
That's so much
wild.
I was about to say that's so much cooler than I thought, because I thought you were an engineering major, which is not bad. Love
civil engineering is a type of engineering.
Yeah, civil engineering is engineering.
No, but like it's like spicy engineering. Love engineering. My best friend is an engineer. Actually, that's true, but I just don't get it. So, anyways, Sam, go ahead.
My name is Sam. I'm a second year. I always compare myself to Ryan. I'm slightly shorter than him. I'm not as good at stand-up as him. I don't look quite like him, but I'm working towards it. I'm a sociology major, so I'm even cooler than everyone else here. Okay, no one's gonna say anything about that, I guess. They definitely are not as cool as me, because they're not even gonna try and refute that.
I'm just gonna let you.
Really inconsistent here, Sam. I also want to point out that your introduction was just so
awful
don't know.
that Maddie had to leave the room.
I don't want to say awful. I think it was just so much that Maddie just couldn't take it. She just got up and ran out.
I think her frozen pizza finished. I think that's what.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Maybe. Also, I'm really sorry to point this out, Sam. I think that was a little over 1 sentence long.
That's
I use a lot of semicolons. Like,
okay, that counts. That counts. Yeah.
I had this idea with a friend a while ago in high school that we could make an entire book called Sentence. It was about a guy going to prison. There was 1 sentence long and it just had lots of semicolons.
I mean, you can technically do that, right?
I think it'd be
like
pretty
grammatically.
Funny. Yeah,
that would be great.
Is that like a pun, like prison sentence?
Yes, exactly. And it's a really long sentence. Like, decide which one I'm talking about. Either way, it's correct.
That's funny. I like that.
The last thing I want to put out there for the listeners is that my hair color is not probably what you're expecting, but my skin color is exactly what you're expecting. So.
And what is your hair color for the listeners at home?
It's light purple. It's fading at the moment, and I've got some like fun little, like the blonde that is there from when I bleached it.
Yeah,
and the purple are like mixing together into this fantastic array of yellow and purple.
Would you say it's like a pink?
I would not say it's like a pink. How dare you?
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with pink, but it is not pink.
That's not your hair color.
That's not my hair color. I don't want the listeners out there to think that I have pink hair.
Yeah, you don't have pink hair. You have purple with a little bit of blonde.
Also, Maddie has returned. Light purple.
Yeah.
And apparently,
now that Sam is done with his introduction,
yes,
come back into the room.
I had to get my frozen pizza, which is no longer frozen. Thankfully.
Why is it so small? Oh, that wasn't the whole pizza, was it?
No, that was, yeah.
It looked like a whole pizza, didn't it? Like for a second.
It looked like a small slice.
It was like a tiny triangle.
Oh, I have blonde hair now.
Yeah, we were just talking about my hair, so I guess you're just following my footsteps as usual.
Maddie's just trying to be Sam.
I'm trying to be Ryan. Maddie's trying to be me. I don't know who Michael's trying to be.
Michael's trying to be himself.
Classified.
So nobody's trying to be Maddie.
Well, not on this call anyways. There's someone out there who's trying so hard to be you, but won't be let into this podcast because they're not cool enough yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't reached the level yet.
Obviously I'm not that cool, so.
No, you're like the baseline for the podcast. Like you have to be at least as, it's like at least as cool to ride.
At least as cool as Maddie.
Yeah. I don't know where Michael stands on all this. Like, because we know we have the clear delineation of the 3 of us, but where's
Michael? I didn't want to reveal this, but I'm actually sitting right now.
Okay, that's nice.
So,
but yes, you are, as we can see on the Zoom meeting.
Well, I just want to state that we know what the scale is for this podcast. This podcast goes from Maddie, that's the lowest, okay?
Yes. Okay.
And the highest is Katanga.
Oh.
Because he was on episode 2.
That's very true.
So that's the full scale.
I want to put this out there for listeners who are fans solely of Katanga, not of anyone else on this podcast.
All the Katanga stands out there.
I am one of Katanga's closest friends, and I brought him into TNR, and everything he's said in the past, I take credit for. So just want to put that out there.
All the stuff we cut out also.
Yeah, do you also take credit for when he said, man, Sam, little boy, little
Yeah, we had to cut that from the episode. It was really weird. We were talking about Bionicles and he just went off on a rant about you.
Don't get me started on Sam, my roommate.
Actually, we're not roommates right now, but we are going to be roommates in about 3 weeks. So I'm very excited about that.
Wait, stop bragging.
What?
I'm just kidding.
It's not bragging. It's just.
I know. It's just fact telling. I know.
It's a little bit of bragging.
A little bit of a flex.
Okay, it's like when you say that you I don't know, are friends with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson or something like that. It's pretty comparable.
Fun fact, I don't think I said this. My dad invited Adam Sandler to his wedding because of course he did. What else would a middle-aged man who's getting remarried want to do?
Did he come?
Yeah, did he attend? Was Adam Sandler there?
It hasn't happened yet. So
Oh.
we'll see. You know, I could meet Adam Sandler. Oh boy.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would
You know,
be.
there are like websites where you can like, if you pay a certain amount of money, like you can secure someone's presence at a place. So like, I think for Gilbert Gottfried's like 50K.
Really?
But I'm pretty sure Adam Sandler's on one of those sites. So
how much would
if you have like
charge, Maddie?
1.5 mil, for me,
Yeah. $20?
$7 and a
Yes.
hug.
$7.
I'd throw him a 20.
You'd be 20, Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michael, you seem like a 20. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm
I
a
feel like
solid
I'm
7.
probably like I'm paying them to be there. They're like, you have to pay for entrance. Just because
Yeah,
I
that
need
checks
friends,
out.
man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm probably like $500,000.
$500,000.
Yeah.
I'd do it for an Amazon gift card.
dollars?
Beans.
Beans.
I only accept beans as payment.
What do you do?
What
with
is
these
this, the
beans?
apocalypse? I only accept seeds.
Listen, I get hungry sometimes.
Only sometimes?
Only sometimes.
All right. Should we do what we set out to do?
Yes.
All right. What should we do first? Should we do Jeopardy last?
Sure. Yeah. Let's do Shark Tank first.
Okay.
I mean, I think just we need to make sure the podcast is as anticlimactic as possible. So
Yeah, which is why we end on the Jeopardy that I put together.
Right. Forewarning, we are all aware that this is not an original concept to recreate Jeopardy and Shark Tank in a podcast format. So we are not claiming ownership, but
Really?
it's not an original concept in the first place. So
Because I've listened to all the podcasts, and I don't think anyone has ever done trivia before.
I thought that Ryan invented Jeopardy.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
The truth is,
Ryan-
Alex Trebek stole it from me.
yeah, Ryan
in
puts
peace.
this podcast in Jeopardy every time he logs on.
Wasn't that the other thing you had to cut out? Was just Ryan's whole rant about Alex Breck?
Yes, that's how every episode that gets cut out, which is
Yeah, and
why
there's,
I'm
like-
going to do it right now and hope that it doesn't get cut out.
Yeah, we
Have
also
you
So
cut
seen
Alex
this-
out-
Trebek.
Please stand by while Ryan's Alex Trebek rant is edited out.
All right,
We
Maddie,
also
now
had
you
to cut
right
out those
here.
Al Qaeda comments that you made. Those were weird.
Wait, Ryan, have you seen The
well-
Social Network?
I haven't seen The Social Network.
Because you're like, for those who have seen The Social Network, fantastic movie. You're the Winklevoss twins to the Mark Zuckerberg's Alex Trebek. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I get the reference.
Okay, I saw something. I really hope it's a joke, but I saw Elon Musk hosting SNL. Is that a joke?
Wait, actually?
My friend sent me the SNL Instagram thing of that, and I haven't checked it out, but like, oh,
Who knows anymore?
I would say he's pretty mainstream celebrity. Like a lot of people have problems with him, but I feel like the majority of people don't like realize why he's like terrible.
yeah, it's just like, I can't imagine him on SNL because I can't imagine him being funny or acting or doing anything really as a human being. I mean, probably because he's a lizard person, but we don't have time to get into that.
But Michael, what about all of those cat girl memes? All of the memes on Twitter. He's clearly got an evolved sense of humor.
Mhm.
He's
Do you
one
follow
of-
him on Twitter?
He's one of us. One of us.
Maddie,
You know
Maddie,
what?
answer the question, Maddie.
I no comment. I don't have a Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what Elon Musk is? He's one of the people whose IQs is high enough to understand and appreciate Rick and Morty for all of its essence.
2 thumbs
right.
down.
He actually guest starred on Rick and Morty.
Did he
As
actually?
Elon Tusk, yeah.
Yeah, but it's because he's friends with Justin Roiland.
Oh, interesting.
It was a really funny bit. You wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I wouldn't get it.
It
Just
takes a
listening.
certain IQ to realize that Tusk and Musk rhyme with each other.
Wait, I didn't even think about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put some ice in a glass and then let's start Shark Tank.
All right.
My invention is not ice in a glass, but
Well, that would be very
Damn,
good
my
for
invention
this
was
one.
ice in a glass. What should I do?
Damn.
No.
Dude, you got to keep it.
That's
No,
all I
we'll just-
had.
We'll just cut Maddie saying that out. It'll be fine. And by we,
Yeah.
Maddie will cut herself out.
I watch a show where every time they ask the people who are like the contestants sort of, you know, taking part in it, if they have a mascot that they brought on. And I just want to say that my mascot today is a golden fortune cookie that is from the year of the dragon, February 3rd, 2000.
What does it taste like?
It I've never bitten into it.
Do you not lick it or anything?
I could do that, but I would probably just be tasting my own fingerprints, whatever that means. Like with whatever has been on my fingers.
Are you saying you don't know what your fingerprints taste like?
I don't know what fingerprints would taste like.
Sam, what are you doing?
I don't know. What do fingerprints taste like?
I imagine they taste a little greasy, you know?
Okay.
A little moist and a little greasy.
That does describe me very well.
But like a little earthy also, you know?
Yeah.
Like a good tomato.
Why as a society have we accepted that blue is a flavor? Blue is not a flavor. Thank you.
Wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment.
Okay. Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
I don't know the theme song.
Do they have a
It's
theme?
Shark Tank.
That's not Shark Tank.
Are you sure?
Like 50%.
Wait, what about
That might be Shark Tank.
Yeah.
That sounds like scary sharks are coming in.
Cool.
Mhm.
You. So who wants to explain Shark Tank to the listeners at home who are dumb? Shout out to Leor.
Sam, do you want to explain yourself why you're gonna have weirdly on the fly answers to all of these prompts?
Well, I will say that there are these things called group chats that you may or may not have used in your time as a young adult. And
Once or twice, yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't really reading it for multiple reasons, but the main one being that when I saw the message and I saw the words Sunday and I saw the words next week, I did not properly read the context for those. And so it turns out it was Sunday this week. And I had only happened to notice that there was a message saying that the Zoom meeting had started about a minute before the Zoom meeting started. And so I have not prepared anything at all. Yet surprisingly, you will actually probably appreciate my answers more than the pre-prepared ones from all the other contestants. So there you go.
Well,
Surprisingly,
pre-prepared
the
is a very-
audience may not be able to tell the difference.
Also, pre-prepared is a very strong word, and I don't think we should use labels like that because I think it sets certain expectations. You know,
I
just don't think
agree.
it's productive for society.
Is pre-prepared redundant? Isn't prepared? I mean, I said it, but now I'm going back on myself. Like, isn't prepared already
Pre-prepared. Yeah, I guess so.
I'm such an idiot.
Just prepared answers.
Yeah.
Well, we pre-prepared, don't worry.
That's how good they are. They were
Exactly.
prepared before they were prepared.
So quick overview of Shark Tank for people who are dumb. Again, shout out to Leor. The way we're going to run it is one of us is going to pose a problem to the other three. Problem we face in society, you know, a normal problem. And the other three are going to come up with amazing inventions and try to pitch them to the person with the problem. So let's get started.
Okay. I think I'm up first as a
Yeah.
judge. Okay, so I've been having this issue recently. I'm trying to eat, but I'm by myself, and I don't like that. And my question is, how are people going to eat together indoors? Like, how are we going to make it happen?
All right, who wants to go first?
Okay. Hi, sharks. Shark, it's me, Maddie. So, how are people going to eat together indoors? Well, you would say that proximity is the issue here. Togetherness and indoors are also issues, but togetherness and proximity are kind of the same issue. Do you see where I'm going? Human condoms. So here's what I'm thinking. A giant 6-foot piece of plastic in the shape of a test tube. You put yourself in it and you can stretch it out from the inside and eat your food while also semi-audibly hearing what other people have to say through their own human condoms. We'll be state of the art by 2025. You betcha, baby. Maddie out.
Do I give feedback right
No.
after?
No, at the end you
At
can
the
give
end.
feedback.
No.
I have a lot of things in my mind.
Michael, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. So, Civil War. We all really reminisce about that time and miss it, right? Like the North, the South, the Union, the Confederacy.
Amen.
What good days, what fun times, playing capture the flag, raise the city, all that stuff. And I think we can learn a lot of lessons from that time and bring it into the modern day. One of the most commonly used strategies in the Civil War was taking cannons and loading very heavy cannonballs into them and then firing it at people and forts to kill them. And I think we can take a similar concept and apply it to food because if you're sitting down somewhere and you want to eat with your buddy, but you don't want to go up and grab food from somewhere, it can be very difficult if you're all walking up to the same place. There's a lot of people. It's just not very COVID friendly. But imagine a cannon, Civil War era, by the way, with a regular cannonball in it, but inside the cannonball is your food. So when food is delivered to you, somebody takes the cannon, they open up the cannonball, put your food in, close the cannonball, load it into the cannon, put a bunch of gunpowder in, light the fuse, and then it launches at close to 200 miles. Actually, I don't know the speed, but it's fast enough to kill you. That's the lesson here. Directly at your skull. So you can get your food delivered without having to move a muscle ever again.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ready for my pitch, but I'll. Hello, sharks. Has this ever happened to you? You're sitting inside with your buddy, and you're all wearing masks to be COVID safe, but you want to eat your sandwich. You can't eat a sandwich through a mask. Well, if I got the product for you, the Eat Maker Advanced 5000. That's the name. So how does the Eat Maker Advanced 5000 work? So the first part is a blender. You take the food you want to eat, so your sandwich, and you stuff it in the blender and you blend it up so it's a liquid. The second part is the bottom of the blender will fall out and it'll go through a tube. Now here's where things get impressive, sharks. You may not know this, but in your anus, there are actually taste buds. So I think, why eat through the mouth when you could get the same thing through the anus, which is where we get the really impressive part. The end of the tube, of course, is a long, rounded shape that you stick in the anus, and it shoots the crushed up liquefied food inside of you. Now, I know what you're saying. Ryan, how do I sit down while using this amazing advice?
Oh
well, that's why I have a second product for you today. The amazing chair with a hole in the bottom, 5000. Now, this is a chair with a hole at the bottom. Thank you, sharks. I'm asking for $5 million.
That's really gross.
Okay, so I've never been a shark before, but I'm gonna try and be the shark. And so I just want to start off by saying that I'm gonna give you all the bad stuff first. All these people, they give you the good things first and then the bad stuff. No, none of that. Maddie, how the hell are you eating if you're covered by plastic? Where's the food coming in?
It's inside of the condom.
That's ridiculous.
No.
Okay, wait. What you're saying is you're basically saying that you're going to be putting a big umbrella around people that's see-through or something. If you're doing that, you need to have skin tight. It needs to be, you need to not be able to move. Like,
It's stretchy.
No, ridiculous. I will not be having this. None of this stretchiness. I am opposed to stretchiness, obviously. On the good side of things, you did actually solve the problem, unlike some people.
Who created new problems?
Who created new problems. I mean, I don't know how well you're going to be able to eat together. Okay, none of this sharpness. I don't know how well you're going to be able to eat together because I don't know if you can eat, but you will be together, which is great. That's a good start. You know, I feel like if you can work out the problems with that, then maybe we'll be somewhere. And it's such an attractive sort of like idea. Like everyone's like, oh man, human content, that's fantastic. If only you'd sold it better, maybe people would actually want to get it. So that's where I'm at for you. I think you go back to the drawing board, figure out the kinks. Not too bad though. Michael,
Thank you.
what are you talking about? Maddie and you are polar opposites. Maddie had terrible delivery and a decent idea. You had great delivery for an awful idea that makes zero sense.
Look, have you considered the fact that if people are dead, they don't have to eat anymore?
Okay, but first of all, there are so many things to get into. First of all, when you load a cannon, you put in the gunpowder first, not after the cannonball. You maniac. What is your problem? Second of all, if you are firing cannons, you're not doing that indoors. The whole problem here is eating together indoors. You are talking about an outdoor venue.
No, it would be indoors.
Field, perhaps.
It would be indoors.
Oh, so you'd be just firing cannonballs inside your house?
Yeah, that's the dream.
And also, I don't really understand how this is a group activity, to be honest. It feels like this is more just kind of a suicide attempt. I don't know how I feel about the whole idea of firing a cannonball into your head. And just, you know, I love the idea of putting the food inside the cannonball. I don't know how you're gonna make that happen. I guess it's one of these like opening shell sort of things.
Well, I mean, of course I have extensive blueprints and designs drawn up, pre-prepared, but I just didn't want to bog you down with the details. You know, I want to present more of a vision.
Okay, you know what? I think you'd be really good with Maddie's product. So I'm just gonna let you have Maddie's product and you can figure out that. And
what the fuck? That's not allowed.
And no, that's how it works now. Sorry.
I did a great job presenting it.
Sure. And now we'll move on to Ryan.
Yes, chef.
Who has managed to not only bring in an idea that does solve the problem, but also present it in such a way that makes somehow this thing that seems disgusting and awful and just not okay in human society, possibly okay in human society.
No, please don't make Ryan win.
I mean,
not with the anus tube.
I don't know the science behind anal taste buds. I don't know if that's true or not. But when he said it, I believed him. I really wanted to try it. I was like, oh, what if my taste experience has been hampered all this time by feeling like only one orifice is good enough? What if I should start sticking in other places?
Exactly, Sam. I'm glad you get the vision.
And the whole idea with the chair, right? He really explained. He's like, he came out here. He's like, here's some problems you might have. Here's how to fix it. And guess what? I'm going to sell you more products. That is a businessman. This man knows what he's doing. Now, I will say you could just take a drill and drill a hole in a normal chair. But he didn't even like talk about that. He's not trying to sell drills. He's trying to sell chairs. So, you know, I gotta say, I think his idea is disgusting. but it's definitely the best out of the three.
Can I say
Yes.
something?
What would you like to say?
Absolutely
That's
not.
can we shut the fuck up? Can we just take a moment to acknowledge that that's not how the digestive system works? So you literally wouldn't be eating anything. You would just be shoving liquid up your ass.
First of all, how do you know what it feels like to have that happen and whether or not it digests? You've never tried
Exactly.
it. And second of all, since when does your idea allow people to actually eat anything?
You put the food inside the condom with you.
Look, if I wanted to
I don't
do that,
need
I
to
would just get
explain
some umbrellas.
myself.
I would just get some umbrellas. Who needs this stretchy sort of tight stuff when you could just get an umbrella? Or like a plastic sheet down. Ryan is making it so that you can hug and touch just like you normally would, as long as it's not involving the butt.
So Sam, I have a follow-up pitch. So you've heard all of our ideas, but what if I told you I could combine all three?
Oh yes. What do we got?
Oh no.
No, I see
So, so imagine, right? Of course the cannon still exists indoors because you can't, it's essential. But then imagine a cannon inside a condom that shoots Ryan's glorified dildos into your anus from afar. But of course, it's still inside the cannonball, so you would have to unload it out of the cannonball first. But just imagine you get the best of all of our ideas, all of the upsides, none of the downsides, okay? And I am asking for only 75 million shekels and only giving you a whopping 2.5% stake in my company. And of course, the company name in your honor will be named Cannon Condom Dildos.
Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack there. First of all, I'm imagining this is a sort of harpoon gun. I don't know if that's what you're going for, but it's, you got the tube, it like fires, it sticks to them, and then it's just like, there's just like this trail of the tube with the food that goes through.
It's really what you make of it. It's really
What have I done?
imagine.
This is so disgusting.
Michael, you really started to kind of get me on your side until you said that I would be associated with the company.
This is the whole point of Shark Tank, Sam, is that you're associated. We're pitching these to you.
I do have a lot of shekels to spare, which I'm not really doing anything with since no one wants them. So I could just give them to you, just to see what happens, like just for a social experiment. But I think I'm gonna have to withhold my funding for all of you because you're all incompetent. Michael, I just wanted to tell you, because I told the others about my grandpa, for some reason, gave me this collection of Soviet Union era coins. Don't know why, but they've got the hammer and sickle, and I feel like you'd appreciate this. So I just wanted to show you. That's all.
Very much appreciate it. That's really cool.
It is cool. Now I can buy Stalin. I think that's what that means, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Okay, cool.
So the next person with a problem, the next shark, is me. Hello, inventors. A big problem I have every day is that whenever I'm walking around with my balloon, I always happen to let go of it because I get distracted by something else. Of course, because the balloon is filled with helium, it flies off, and I'm sad for the rest of the day. I'm looking for an invention that can recatch the balloon and bring it back to me, so I'm less depressed. What do you guys have?
I have two very good ideas, actually. The first one is
All right.
kind of short. Don't be a dumbass and let go of your balloon. My second idea is, and before I want to preface this by saying, this paired with my last idea, you may have some concerns over my well-being, but I promise I'm okay. So, the war in Syria, right? Like,
Of course.
we all know about it. We all read about it. It's definitely a thing that is happening in this world. And something that is being used by the US military all across the world are drone strikes, this new revolutionary technology. Now, I think that I think that we could harness the power of drone strikes to help with this balloon problem by creating a mobile app, name is pending, that would enable its users to order drone strikes on very specific areas, depending depending on where the balloon is. And these drone strikes, of course, we don't want to pop the balloon, so they'd have to be a little bit away from the balloon, but they would cause the wind currents to adjust the balloon's trajectory such that the balloon would go all the way back and land in its user's hands.
Would you need a drone for that?
No, you don't need a drone. You need a drone and a lot of explosives. Probably
Interesting.
multiple drones would be best.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Michael. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next. Have you ever been holding a balloon and then you let go of it?
Yes.
Ryan, you clearly struggle with that a lot more than most people, but it
Yes.
is a common enough problem that we need to do something about it. So I suggest the balloon magnet. Next time you're inflating your balloon, simply place this handy 30-pound magnet inside of it and watch as it is immediately drawn to the ground because it's so heavy. But don't worry about that. It means that you will never lose it because it's going to be on the ground. And if you need to grab it, simply use the opposite polar. I don't really know how magnets work. You have the other one and it will go. And are you worried about the balloon staying up because of the 30-pound magnet? Don't worry about it. Balloon magnet.
Fascinating, fascinating. And Sam, for your final pitch.
Well, I don't know about people like, say, Maddie, but I personally like to have my balloons float, and I'm also
Why?
because of the poor education system in my area. Unfortunately, I am stupid, and I will let go of it, Michael. So here I am, a normal, everyday American, just letting go of a balloon, thinking, oh no, I've let go of it. What am I gonna do? That's where we come in. Big stilts. That's right. They're stilts. They start off small and then they expand really big. And then you can walk around and just pluck that balloon right out of the air. You don't have to rely on anyone else. This is an individual exercise. America, you can do it. You just have to get that balloon back. Just grab up, catch that rebound. And yeah, so my slogan is get it back just like your shack. Big stilts.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Just like your shack, like YOURSHACK or YOURESHAQ.
YOURESHAQ.
It's
As
like,
in
did you
Shaquille O'Neal.
lose the property deeds to some shack and you want to get it back?
That's something I'm working on in the future, but for
Another
now,
invention is getting your shack back.
if you lost your shack, you probably still want Shaquille O'Neal on your side because he will help you get it back.
Interesting. All right, well,
Different spelling, same energy.
these are some great pitches. I'm glad you all brought them to me today. Now, I'd like to go through each of them and give some criticism. Let's start with you, Michael.
Let's not.
Michael, your first idea seemed very mean, so I will not talk about it. But your second idea, now that's where the genius came in. I like that you decided to use military-grade drones to get a balloon back. I think that's very resourceful. It's a very, very smart idea. The one thing I worry about is in the drone strike that creates the air current. How sure are you that the drone strike won't hit the balloon?
Well, I'm pretty sure because It specifically targets civilian areas over balloons. So it's actually very difficult for it to, and it's also deploys a lot of human shields to make sure the shrapnel doesn't hit it. So overall, I would say the balloon couldn't be safer than with military grade drones.
Now here's
This
my
is such
worry.
a dark proposal for such a whimsical prompt.
Now here's my worry for that is what if there's another balloon in the strike area? Suddenly you have another balloon going up.
Well, I'm very
Recreated the same
glad you
issue.
asked that question because the drones are extremely intelligent. They've been programmed with self-learning artificial intelligence.
Of course, yes.
And they can actually detect if there is a second balloon, and they will deploy even more civilian civilian shields to make
Of
sure
course,
the
yes.
second balloon does not get damaged. And then after the first several drone strikes to get the first balloon backer done, the drones will enact several more drone strikes
Yes.
to get the second balloon back.
Of course.
Wait, sorry. Can we go back for a second to what Ryan was saying? Where he's like, there's the second balloon. Basically, so what you're suggesting is that the civilians who were standing in the area holding their balloons, they get killed, and then they let go of the balloon.
They let go of the balloon.
And
Yes.
that is more
an
Sorry,
issue.
but preserving the lives of the balloon owners was not in the prompt.
No, it was
and
only
I
getting
feel
the balloon down.
Yes, exactly. And especially as an engineer, I take defining the problem very seriously, and I really think about the specifications that I am given. Yeah, and also nobody bring up Geneva, please.
Yes,
I'm really
thank you,
glad that we
Michael.
have a really solid understanding of what our priorities are.
Yes, I have one last
And-
question, Michael, about your prompt. How much will this app cost on the App
Well,
Store?
the app will actually be free to download, which brings me
That's
to
ridiculous.
my
How are you going to make
request.
money?
No. Listen to this, though. Every time a civilian dies, you watch an ad. So we're gonna rack up the ad money.
And how many advertisers do you have on board so far?
Well, we wanted to go with the more moral companies, just to make sure they were okay with the app design. So far, we've gotten on board McDonald's, Coca-Cola, what was
Nike.
the other one? We got Tesla and SpaceX as well.
course.
We're actually thinking about sponsoring one of the ISS rockets going up.
Of course, fantastic. Thank you, Michael. Let's move on to Maddie. Maddie, you had a very intelligent design by putting a magnet inside the balloon. That's brilliant. Now, my question for you, first off, by putting the magnet in the balloon, do you not think that destroys the magic of a balloon floating in the air?
You know what, Ryan? That's a great question. And let me counter with this. Does the magic of balloons disappear when you find out about helium or hydrogen? No, helium. You put helium. Just because there's an explanation, that doesn't mean it's any less magical. Science is amazing.
Fantastic. Spoken like a real scientist.
2008.
Of course. Now, what will the magnet that you put inside the balloon be made of? This is a very important issue for me. I'm a big magnet person myself.
Magnesium.
Magnesium. Brilliant. Yeah.
Magneto.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, yeah. And my final question, how much are you going to be selling these magnets for?
$30 million.
Okay.
But if you buy the other magnet, it's $59,999,099.
Fantastic. And is this renewable?
It comes with a subscription plan.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't buy the subscription plan, it still works, but you're not an official part of the Magnet Platinum community.
And it's eco-friendly, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah. no.
Sam,
Yes,
brilliant invention,
Thank you.
stilts,
yes.
and using
No,
them
no,
to
no,
get
sorry,
balloons.
big stilts, big
Yeah,
stilts.
big stilts.
Yes.
Now what would these stilts be made out of? What are you looking to construct them with?
Well, I mean, obviously we're talking about robotic stilts here. So
Of course.
you've got some metal elements, probably some tungsten, some really
course,
heavy
tungsten.
and you've got some poles that are being like, there's poles inside of poles, because these are like this is like, imagine like a compressed air sort of deal. So you've got to have air that's made
Yes.
of air, mostly
Air,
air.
yes.
A little bit of like farts from the inventor just to spice it up a little. It'd be like, ooh,
Of course, yeah.
it
Extra
smells
flavor.
like my favorite inventor. And then you've got the poles, which are obviously made of like some aluminum, some potassium, some
Potassium,
calcium, all the things you need in a good diet.
Vitamin
Of
C.
course. So you can eat it.
Yeah. Oh, they're edible. Did I not say that?
I think you left it out of your pitch, but that's incredible.
I'm
yes.
sorry, except for the tungsten. Don't
Yeah,
eat the
that's
tungsten.
tungsten.
You got to be really careful not to eat the tungsten. You can eat everything else, but we won't tell you what is made of tungsten. So
Smart,
it's like Russian roulette,
Of course,
but on
of
your
course.
stilts.
Like a Kinder surprising.
Yeah.
My next question is, of course, how much are you planning on charging for these stilts?
Oh, well, I'm a nonprofit. This is a social justice initiative. We know that there are
Of course,
children.
yeah.
Yes. Are you saying that we should charge the children to get back?
No,
their
I just want to
balloons?
know.
Are you kidding me? What is your problem? You're a monster.
Wow, now I feel bad.
Yeah, exactly. We are still going to be profitable to you, because we will be
Yes.
able to get all of the backing of big names like Obama and Mitt Romney and other people. They will get behind this. They will sell these across the country. You will get your money back and more, but we as a company are doing this out of the good of our hearts.
Fantastic. My final question for you, Sam,
Yes.
it's a very important one. It's one that's very close to my heart. These are very advanced stilts that allow you to go up and down quickly.
Yes.
Have you ever read a Spider-Man comic?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I can see why this would be an oversight on your part. There's a famous Spider-Man villain known as Stiltman. He uses stilts to do evil. How do you feel about the moral ramifications of creating advanced stilts which may produce the next Stiltman?
I'm be honest, I didn't think anyone was going to bring up Stiltman. We did all the research. We know all about Stiltman. We've tried to bury it. We have a huge PR campaign where we try and we do focus groups. We're like, what do you think about stilts? And people are like, well, juggling, clowns. We're like, okay, let's keep it at that. This one guy said Stiltman, we had to kill him, unfortunately. It was the only way. We need to keep this under wraps. So I really appreciate it. You don't talk about Stiltman, because that's all in the past.
Gotcha.
Past that. Stilts are in a new era.
This sounds very immoral, but I'm there.
We're doing it for the children.
Yes, the children. Michael and Maddie both have something to say because they use the zoom.us raise hand feature.
Yes, I'm very glad that you pointed out that I used the zoom.us raise hand
Enough
to indicate that I had a question. And then Ryan Martin used the zoom.us lower hand feature to lower my hand to indicate that it is my turn to speak.
Yes, this is my favorite bit.
I don't want to throw shade, but I just want to point out that Maddie's idea, as far as we know, doesn't contain any civilian casualties, and Sam's only contain one. So I'm not going to say anything about that, but I just think you should consider that when deciding who to grant this contract to.
Can I just ask a question? Yes. How the fuck is this a social justice initiative? That really stuck with me and bothered me because I see no social justice happening by giving people long edible stilts to recover balloons.
Excuse me, you're not thinking of the children. You must think of the children. What is your problem? Like, children, they don't have balloons because they let go of them Do you realize how sad that is? Those are the saddest moments of your life.
Yeah.
We are trying to make sure that we can curb depression and anxiety from an early age by
Jesus
not allowing
Christ.
these balloons to stay in the air. If the balloons stay in the air, we have depression. If they stay out of the air with big stilts, not only we will lift ourselves, but we will lift our moods.
You know, I might have believed you if you had used the Zoom.us raise hand feature, but
Can we move on?
This is, yes, so I'll make my decision now. This was a very difficult and hard decision that I've had to make. But in the end, I've decided I'm going to give all of you funding because I'm an eccentric millionaire who can do that.
thank you.
Everyone's a
Shark,
winner.
and Shark,
cop
you
out.
will not regret it.
Okay, fine. Michael wins.
Yes.
So really, this was like a defense contract, not a.
Exactly.
Okay, let's move on. We're halfway through. Michael, you're the shark.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's wonderful. Wait, okay, what was mine?
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, that's the one I'm judging. Okay.
What's the Marvel theme?
Um,
The Avengers theme?
do 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 do.
I don't know what that is.
Do 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 do. That's the
I think
Avengers
Michael's
theme.
right on this one. Yeah, that sounds like
No.
it's it.
Played it in middle school bands, Maddie. How would I
Really?
not know? Yes, I did.
Do, 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 do.
They didn't really use the theme a lot, like recently. They used a bunch of other themes.
Well, okay, what's the one that's like the meme? Where
Oh.
it's like,
I don't know. I don't
no,
know.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, Shark Tank.
So, the next issue that I will be presenting is a very pressing issue, very close to my heart. You see, I have clothes, like many of you listening at home, and by wearing clothes, they actually get dirty and need to be washed. So the
So
other
true,
day,
Bestie.
actually, I went to take my clothes and I put them in the washing machine and I washed them, and then I put them in the drying machine and then I dried them. But this is just so boring. I was falling asleep the whole time, and the sleep was not very restful. It was not very rejuvenating. This was a bad sleep. So I would like you guys to present me ideas on how to spice up washing clothes, how to make it a little bit more exciting. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first on this. Cowabunga, dude. Man, I hate being a lame loser and using a washing machine, which is why I got this great invention for you. It's the washing machine gun. Now, this advanced technology is based off a classic, the water gun. However, this is 3 different compartments in it. One for your detergent, so you could spray down. One for your water, and one for your bleach. So you use all 3 of them to wash your clothes. Not to mention, we sell a separate gun called the drying gun. This one shoots out hot air and needs to be plugged in. So Sharks, I'm asking for $5 million to sell this on the market.
Okay. You know, I want to hear everyone's ideas first, but Ryan, I'm definitely giving you a contract. Let's move on.
Can I just say that the drying gun, it sounds like you just reinvented a hair dryer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, who's going next?
I'll go next. Man, are you tired of not being totally and completely entertained by one of the most boring and repetitive tasks of daily life? Me too. That's why I'm introducing Tide Pods. Oh wait, sorry, no. Tide Pods. I don't want to get copyright. Tide Pods with fireworks edition. simply, when manufacturing, take Tide pods, laundry detergent pods, add a little gunpowder, some whatever is in fireworks, light it on fire and throw it in with your clothes and watch the magic happen as you set it the spin cycle or the whatever. The spin cycle, is that for like Soul Cycle, like cycling, or is it like for washing machines?
No idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
anyway,
think both.
okay, watch it happen. Watch your clothes become a beautiful, colorful extravaganza. Will your clothes be intact by the end of it? Who cares? At least you weren't bored.
Okay. Again, I don't want to make any judgments until I hear everyone's ideas. But explosives, I like it. Sam, let's move on to you.
Okay. I think you're all thinking the same thing as me. What's really clean? Cat, dog, cleanest things in the world. Never been dirty. How do cats clean themselves? Lick, lick, lick. That's how they clean themselves. And so I am introducing, and I know that I really like big things, but the big tongue. It's just a robotic big tongue that licks your clothes clean with you still in them. So you just get to walk up to it and it just goes on each side. You just have to turn around, but you don't have to turn around. You've got a little pedestal that's rotating very slowly. So you go and stand there for about 2 minutes and 13 seconds, which is about the exact amount of time that it takes for you to get fully clean. And you just have to put your arms up like you are in an airport security, and you'll just get so clean in a matter of 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Yeah, that's big tongue.
Okay. And Sam, just to give you some initial feedback, I definitely think that this is an idea that you have presented to me. So thank you for that. So let's go with feedback on everybody now and follow-up questions. So first, let's come to Ryan.
Yes.
So obviously, it's a gun, big fan of guns.
I can tell.
So, there are some existing gun control laws, which obviously are a little pesky sometimes, but I just want to know how you think the NRA and your products can kind of work together. Does that have potential?
Oh yeah, we already have a deal with the NRA.
Okay.
So our goal is to sell this to mainly single mothers to get them used to using a gun, and then the NRA is going to swoop in and start marketing to them like rifles and machine guns, stuff they really need to keep their homes protected.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that and appreciate that. My second question is about civilian use. So can these guns be used against civilians?
Against civilians, like against other
Yes.
people?
Yes.
I don't see why they would be. People are going to use them for washing clothes.
But you also don't see why they wouldn't be, right?
Well, they wouldn't be used because they'd be bad to be used against people. They're used for clothes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm glad you understand, Michael.
Okay. I think we're on the same page about this. Next question is about military use. Do you see a potential government contract in the future with these?
Of course.
Okay.
The military has a lot of dirty clothes, and an easy way to clean their clothes would just be hang them up and then pull out the guns and shoot them down.
Okay. Yes,
Brilliant.
the U.S. military very much like shooting things down.
And they already have they have gun training.
They do. Okay. Big potential.
I'm noticing a disturbing pattern with Michael's responses.
Maddie, I promise you that I'm okay. So my final question for you, Ryan, is what will this cost?
Well, this is a great product, and we're trying to push it out and make it as cheaply as possible so multiple people can get it. So we're selling it for 30 cents, which I know what you're saying. That doesn't seem like a lot, but we actually can manufacture it for only a penny. So that's a 29-cent profit margin. And our big goal is to sell it in dollar stores.
Okay. That adds a completely new dimension to this product. Let's move on to Maddie, your product. So first of all, again, this might be a common question, but what do you think about civilian use? Against, like using your product against civilians. What do you think about that?
I'm not going to answer this question.
Okay. My next question is about collateral. I actually, maybe we'll skip that. Let's just go to the cost. How much will your product cost?
I think that it's not going to be for sale. I think it's more like something you'd win at like a raffle or like in like an online contest.
Okay.
Or like something you just sort of find on the road.
Okay. And this might be a stupid question, but you're going to make it look like candy, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just giant gushers.
Very good. Okay. Wonderful. Let's move on to Sam.
Yes.
So the thing that immediately pops into my head, will this tongue have sentience?
I mean, if you want it to, there's like different there's different ways you can configure the tongue. So you can actually give it a voice where it'd be like, now just turn to the left a little for me. That's like the polite tongue. Then you've got the angry sort of tongue that's like, you've been so bad. Why are you, what's your problem? You're disgusting. Then you've got like the cat tongue, which is just going, like a hairball, like you are the hairball. So if you've ever wanted to be a hairball, this is your chance to be a hairball.
I'm not gonna say that I haven't wanted to be a hairball before.
Yeah.
So can you use this on pets as well to clean them?
I mean, we're taking inspiration from pets mostly because pets can do this themselves. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yes.
But if need be, all you need to do is hold your cat or dog up to it and just keep them in place, because you have to make sure that you rotate them like every couple seconds so that you get every side of it. It might be a little uncomfortable for them considering that the tongue is configured for human sizes, but you could probably make it work. It wouldn't be fantastic.
Okay, well, maybe we'll just stick with the use for humans, then. We would not want to cause any accidental harm to pets. That is absolutely restricted by the Geneva Convention.
That's true.
And finally, what will your product cost?
I mean, it really depends on kind of how many of the add-ons you're going to get, because like it will be a baseline of, let's say, $250 probably seems about fair for a big robotic tongue that sits in your basement. But if you want, silly voices, like maybe you really want Obama telling you that you're getting clean, and you want to like feel that kind of you're going to make a great candidate for this job interview once you're cleaned up. I can't do it, but that's my Obama sort of impression. And
wait, that was you? I thought that was a recording.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak you out.
Oh my God.
Obama is not in the Zoom call.
Oh, okay.
I wish he was.
Yeah, he's in the waiting room, but we didn't want to let him in.
Well, yeah, of course you don't want to let him in because we didn't ask him if we could use his voice on the big tongue, and he can't find out. This is important. This is like the Obama voice alone costs $70, so it's a big add-on. Like we need that revenue.
Definitely. Well, I'm a really big fan of the add-ons. So, Maddie, I really like your idea, and I would give you the contract, but I think that you can work really closely with some other pre-existing companies to develop this product. So I'm going to
like Blackwater,
make some calls, and I think I can get you hooked up with some companies. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting with ex-military admirals and multimillionaire megalomaniacs. I'm really excited for that.
Yes, as you should be. Ryan,
Yes.
I absolutely love your idea. I love that it's, in a dollar store, you can just pick it up on your way home. I just love the whole concept of it. It's fun, it's the NRA time, it's beautiful. So I think that I am going to give you the contract, but I will ask for 99% stake in your company.
Deal.
Awesome. And Sam, I think your idea is, as I said before, definitely has been presented to me, and it is definitely, exists and is an idea that you've spent a lot of time on. So that being said, I am going to talk and I'm going to offer you a deal. And whether that deal is going to be a contract is a matter of opinion. So I'm very glad that we had this discussion.
It sounds like you're just gonna steal my intellectual property and do it yourself. That's what it sounds like from my point of view.
Moving on. So who's going next?
All right, last up is Maddie.
So here's the problem, boys. You ever just fall asleep? Kind of a problem. Fix it now. Go.
No, I know me. I know that when I'm tired, I can't fall asleep unless I'm comfortable, which is why I created something to keep you perpetually uncomfortable, which is why I'm introducing my new product, uncomfortable socks. Now, I know what you're asking. A lot of socks are uncomfortable, but hear me out. These socks have patented, amazing microfiber water technology that allows them to feel like they're constantly wet.
Hot.
So you'll never be falling asleep because your feet will always be uncomfortable. But wait, that's not all. We've also inserted heating and cooling discs so that it's always either too hot or too cold while being wet. Now I know what you're saying, but Ryan, what if I don't have feet? The socks can still work for you. Of course, with these heating and cooling discs, we also have an amazing scent device that produces not a bad scent, but an uncomfortable scent, Like maybe it's a little too warm and musty, but not enough to be gross, but just enough so that you don't fall asleep. I'm asking for $5 billion for this product.
Interesting. Michael.
My idea is based on surprisingly something pretty peaceful for a change of pace. I have a friend and she has this, real daylight lamp, the one that simulates daylight and, it helps her wake up, at night. It feels more natural. So of course I asked the question, well, what happens if instead of a nice, calming light, you have something similar in scale to laser beam magnitude of brightness directly into your eyes at all times. So this is why I propose the real light headlamp. And I know it's a little confusing because the light's not actually going to be like technically real, but it's branding. So it's going to be a helmet. It'll be like a hard hat that has a little lamp on it, like miners use, except instead of the light being on the ends, it'll have this little axle that'll go over your head around to the front of your face and shine it directly into your eyes at all times. And I know what you're saying. You can just close your eyes. But here's the thing, you won't be able to look away. So you can buy this product for a small price of 27 payments of $19.99 plus shipping and handling on each of the payments, plus transaction fees, plus another shipping fee for the one ship being stuck in the canal, and then another small fee for state tax, and then another small fee for
I got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So you just invented the deadlights from the It movies.
Or you could say he just invented an anglerfish. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Wow, I didn't put that together. Yeah.
Well, you see, I didn't watch the movies, and I'm gonna pretend like I don't know what an anglerfish is.
Well,
So it's original.
Well, you might have to contact the anglerfish community and see if this is appropriation, but
yeah,
we'll
they're
see.
pretty
previous
awful.
my previous inventions took care of that.
Already? They've already been deployed?
Well, I did get some contracts already, you know.
Okay,
I'm a
right,
busy
yeah.
guy.
Okay. Wow, that's too bad. Anyways, Sam?
Yeah, I have this problem where I'm just I'm so tired. How am I gonna just stay awake?
Right.
And my solution is called staples. You want staples? Oh, we all love staples. You just gotta right in your eyelids. Keep your eyelids open. The light will get in. You will never get to sleep ever again. Not just because of the excruciating pain that is there 24/7, and not just because you know that someone is staring at you at all times, but also because you can't close your eyes. And you know what they say, if you can't get shut eye, then you won't get sleep. And so that's where
They do say that. Yeah, I've heard that. Wow. Okay. No offense to all of you, but full offense. It kind of sounds like you invented things that already exist, which is fine. But
Wet socks don't exist.
my socks are soaking wet right now, so speak for yourself.
Maddie, have you ever heard of a staple? No, you haven't.
Yeah, at the store.
Stop bringing up
Yeah.
Mitt Romney, okay? You know what?
Did you say Mitt Romney?
Mitt Romney owns Staples, or like kind of. Yeah, you didn't know that? Every
Does
time you
he?
go to Staples, you are contributing to the Romneys.
Can I get
Oh,
a
good.
fact
That's
check
what I
on
want to
that,
do.
please?
Okay, well, anyways, Michael, I think your idea is
Great.
weird and confusing. But
Oh,
and I don't really know what technology you'd make the light impossible to look away from. Like that sounds like magic.
it's a trade secret, actually.
Yeah, but that means that I don't know what it is. So
Well, that's
how am I
just
supposed to invest in it if I don't know it?
part of the mystery surprise of it. You
Yeah,
know?
but the
It's-
thing
it's
is
like,
that you haven't proven to me that you can do that. So
it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, right?
that doesn't really apply here, but okay.
Maddie, if you were hiring magicians, right? You don't need to know how they do their tricks. You just know that they're entertaining people.
Yeah,
You
but
just
I
hire
don't know
them.
that he can do the trick.
Look,
Because
Maddie,
he's just
let me ask
saying it.
Let me ask you a question.
No, I don't.
Do you trust me?
No, you have only presented terrifying and war crime ideas to simple problems.
Well,
And
okay,
so
like I
I'm-
said before, I don't
Wait,
like
which one was the war
labels.
crime?
I don't like labels like war crimes, but putting that to the side, I love that you said that because this is an opportunity for me to earn your trust in an exciting way,
Oh my God.
profitable way.
Right. Okay. You're a psychopath.
Yeah.
I am scared to hear how you would deal with an actual problem,
Wonderful.
but so it's gonna be a no from me because I'm sure even though this sounds like the least scary of all of your ideas, I'm sure you'd find a way to turn it on innocent civilians in overseas countries. So we're just
You
gonna
know, I'm
pass
really
on
glad
that.
you brought up that point
You know,
because
I'm cutting you off. Sam. Sam,
I know what you're gonna say, Maddie, and I'm just gonna say it for you. Wow, what a brilliant idea! No one's ever thought of this before.
no, it just sort of sounds like self-mutilation, and we don't fucks with that here, but
What do
nice
you do
try.
with your eyelids? Please tell me. What are you doing with them?
I don't know.
Exactly. Nothing. They're just sitting there.
I'm
Totally
blinking.
useless.
I'm blinking.
Who needs to blink? Blinking is overrated. Come on, like really? You really need to blink? That's weak. You're weak. You need to get strong, like a
I
man.
literally can't not blink.
The
Okay,
staples.
it was Staples. That's horrible and painful. Ryan, you know, you didn't really have a great idea. It sounds really gross and sad and weird. But
Like all
out
my
of
ideas.
just having wet, gross smelling socks that make you so uncomfortable that you can't fall asleep. It's not the greatest idea, but it's certainly the least worst one here. So we're gonna go with that.
I'll take it.
I'll invest the rest of my frozen pizza and these beta blockers. So you're welcome.
Thank you, Shark.
Shark Tank is over.
Dun,
Wow,
dun,
guys,
dun.
that took a long time.
That did.
And I feel like maybe we should do trivia next time we are all together. But we have it and it's not going to expire.
Yeah.
Unlike
Milk.
food that Ryan suggested blending and shoving up inside someone's ass. So
Not just any ass.
the
The,
consumer's
public's
ass.
ass,
Yeah,
exactly.
the nation.
Exactly.
The middle class.
The middle ass.
The middle ass. Thank you all for listening. I'm sorry and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm not